Hello, Jeremy Chambers, Independence Acres Homestead here. Well, it's finally time to find these guys a home. So it's been 3 weeks since we started our seeds that we received from Deep South Homestead and Crazy Days. These are the Cherokee Tan Pumpkin, the heirloom variety of seed that they had provided for us. If you're not familiar with the backstory on these seeds, go ahead and check out the video from 3 weeks ago about the Cherokee Tan Pumpkin. So we're really happy. We received 5 seeds. Each and every one of them germinated and sprouted. And this is what we have today. Right now we're looking at plants that most of them average 8 to 10 inches in length. We've got a nice healthy root system going, and we're excited to be able to get these things in the ground soon. So we're going to take the next couple days here and be working on building the raised bed that these are going to go in. Now let me just give you a quick rundown of the area that we chose to plant these in and why we chose it. So pumpkins do okay in, mixed sun. They're not 100% sun, they're not 100% shade. They'll do okay having a little bit of mixture back and forth. So the area that we chose to plant the Cherokee Tan Pumpkins needed to meet 2 requirements. Number 1, that there was enough sun for the pumpkins to be able to be productive, and number 2, that it was at least 30 feet away from our regular vegetable garden. But the further the better. Here's why. Because pumpkins are still a member of the squash family, and any squash has a potential to cross-pollinate with these plants. And we don't want that to happen. We want these genetics of these Cherokee Tan Pumpkins to stay as pure as possible. That way we can pay it forward just as Deep South Homestead did with these seeds. And we want to be able to do that and be able to hand out the most genetically pure seeds that we can off of the fruit of these vines. So the area that we chose is actually about 120, 150 feet away from our garden, so we're really happy that we shouldn't have any cross-pollination occurring. Ideally, the only way to absolutely guarantee it would be to be about 1/4 of a mile away, but we can't quite do that. That'd be way in the back of the property, and these things would just get mowed down by the deer and the wildlife back there. So ideally, 30 to 60 feet, but we are 150 feet away, so we should be great and not have to worry about cross-pollination. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building just a small raised bed. It's going to be about 5 feet by 5 feet square. We know these things are going to overgrow that bed and grow out into the yard. That's fine. With something this special, we're not too concerned about losing a little bit of yard space. And let me tell you a little secret. I don't really like to mow much anyway. Just being honest. So the less lawn I have to mow, the better. All right, so like I said, about a 5 foot by 5 foot square raised bed. We've got some 6 by 6 lumber that a friend had reclaimed from a construction site. So we're really, once again, minimal cost there. We're going to go and buy some organic gardening soil for these to go in, just because our soil, if it's not coming out of our garden, it hasn't been amended properly. It's very sandy. So it's not the most nutrient dense soil. So we're going to go ahead and get some organic gardening soil. I'm going to stop at a big box store tomorrow, get some organic potting soil, organic gardening soil, and get that in the box here. And we're also going to amend it with lots and lots of rabbit manure. We're probably going to go half and half rabbit manure, half of the organic gardening soil, and just get our bed filled out, and then we're going to top off and mulch really heavy with some hay and straw that we have, and just get this bed ready. So like I said, the area that we've chosen is on the north side of our house. It's got full exposure to afternoon and morning sun. It's in somewhat of an area that should drain nicely, but we're doing a raised bed, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. And we've had some delays getting these out because I wanted to make sure that they were as healthy as could possibly be, and that they're growing wonderfully. About the only caveat that we've had with growing these inside is that as wet as it's been here in Michigan, we're really struggling with fungus gnats. They look a lot like your common fruit fly, but they actually lay their eggs in the soil, and then their larvae come out and eat the fungus that's growing in the potting soil here, specifically around some of the rabbit manure that we have in these pots here. So we're really struggling with these flies, these gnats in the house, because it's been so wet, and so they've just transferred. They fly right through the screens into the house, find our potting soil, and they say, "Oh, this is a wonderful, rich environment. There's no, nothing to attack them or go after them." So I had to run to the store today, and I got some Neem Oil here. It is a organic fungicide, miticide, and insecticide, and we're going to see how this works. But we're tired of dealing with these gnats in the house. So these things are only going to be in the house for a couple more days while we're getting this raised bed made. But until then, we're going to treat them pretty heavily with some neem oil here in order to get those soil gnats under control. Okay, so there you have it. Nothing glorious, nothing glamorous. Like I said, the most important thing was sunshine and a good amount of separation between this raised bed and our garden. Look for additional updates coming in the next week or so as we get this little raised bed here finished out, get the pumpkins planted in it, and we'll keep you updated on the growth. Thanks for following along on this update on our seed growing collaboration with Deep South Homestead and Crazy Days. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the updates about these pumpkins and their future here on our homestead. And if you're struggling with some of those soil gnats or the fungus gnats as they're also called, be sure to pick up a bottle of neem oil. We're hoping that it is going to be saving our sanity here in the next couple days as we get that population under control. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.